Hey, guys. I literally had no intention on going live again tonight, but I plan to cover the Sex and the City reboot. Um, at this point, I can only say I've only watched one episode. I was extremely disappointed, and I wondered why. And I've heard stories today on like different things. I got allegations that I just I'm not sure that those make sense. They really don't. Personally, I don't know these people. I've only seen them on TV, so I cannot be like, wow, there's no way this guy would ever do this type of thing. But being a victim of SA, DV, I'm sure that you can read between the lines what those mean. This really bothered me. I don't know how true it is. The timing is suspect. Like, why did you not speak up? Like, because this person is supposedly, when this particular instance took place was like some time ago, several years ago. I'm thinking to myself, but being a victim myself, I didn't speak up for years either. So I'm thinking to myself, but why didn't you? This is a person who is on a show, even back then. I mean, this is Sex and the City as we know it is like, hello, it's one of the most popular shows ever. I don't know. I have to question, and I don't want to question this person's validity. I don't want to question, like, did this thing actually take place? Did he actually do what either one of these women, I think there are two women that came out and claimed they're essentially saying that he did some things it almost sounds like the R word to me, which if that happened, and I'm literally going to look in the camera this way, if that happened to this woman or women in general, my heart hurts for you. Personally, going through that myself at such a young age, it really hurts you as a person. It affects you. It affects you deeply, like inside and out. It affects you like so much that you don't even know how to function after something like that takes place. It's a terrible, terrible thing. I want to think I'm trying to be very understanding on both sides. And I want to say, wow, I'd like to think the guy didn't do it. But then again, there is a reason. And I'm going to tell you right now. So turn it off if you don't already know. This is a spoiler alert. Don't need to whether I know how to put stuff up on here, but I didn't because it's unexpected. I had seen a few things and then I kind of went, well, I'm not going to cover it, but yeah, I'm going to cover the show. So I feel like this is important. They almost allude to the fact that the R word happened. And I don't know if indeed that actually happened. I know there's no way to prove it. I've been there, done that. I knew that there's no way to prove it. I'm really bothered by this. I'm really, really bothered by this whole situation. I'm going to show you guys a couple of things that I saw. Let's see. Here is Okay. Chris Noth, accused of sexual assault. I should probably say SA because I know that on the YouTube world, they're getting very strict on how the things that we can say and how we say them. I do know that. I'm so bothered by this, and I pray to God that this is not true. I really, you guys, for the whole, not for the show as much as for him and his family and for all of his friends and family and what, I really just hope this is not true. I want it to not be true. I really want it to not be true. I have literally been there. I was that person on the other end. So I am trying to take an approach where I say, well, there's no way that, I really like this guy. Are you kidding me? I watched every single episode of Sex and the City from start to finish. Never missed one. The only one I have not yet to watch is the Sex and the City reboot, episode 2, which I've heard that is going to piss me off just about as much as episode 1. Did not like the way that they ended it with the way that he passed away, but then again, I'm starting to wonder, did they have a little bit of insight that we didn't have into this matter? That maybe he had done some unsavory things to some women, and wow, I'm surprised, to be honest, if that is the case, and if they even thought that for a second, why they'd even put him on one episode. That surprises me. I will be straight up. That 100% surprises me. It does say, he's accused. It says, HBO's Mr. Big. I remember when. Noth accused of alleged, can't say the word, are in 2004. Okay, this is, well, we know what year we're in. We're in 2021. Okay, so this has been 7, maybe even close to 8 years ago, and 2 women accused the Sex and the City actor, Chris Noth, of SA. Damn it, I guess I should have taken that part out. And my thought on that is, like, I understand, like, what, I want to say, why did you wait? But then again, I waited decades to say a word. Okay, so it's really hard for me to be it's really hard for me not to go, oh, well, did these women just like find an opportune time? Because boom, the show like reemerges. As we know, the reboot has come about for Sex and the City just recently, within a couple of weeks. And then poof, all of a sudden he has these allegations against him regarding, SA, the R word, and whatnot. And like, I don't understand, like, why didn't they come forward 7 years ago or however many years ago it's been and say something? Because he wasn't even that big of a deal. I think that's what bugs me. And being a survivor of something that like that myself, it makes me wonder, like, you had every chance to say something. Like, you're not taking down like the president of the United States. This is an actor who is virtually a nobody. I mean, let's face it, I get it. He's a big actor, but is he that big that somebody would go, I don't want to say anything because I'm afraid because he's so much bigger than me? I don't really buy that part of it. However, I have not heard the other side of the story. Therefore, I want to stay 100% neutral in this situation. But I have to admit, coming from a person who has been through this situation makes it very hard. It turns out here, it says, he goes, I remember when we were just putting sweaters in the stove because this is part of the actual show. Yeah, I do remember that part when that was like the biggest issue they had, that Carrie was putting sweaters in the stove. I do remember that. Someone claims, and I quote her, "It was very painful," and I yelled out, "Stop," and anybody and everybody, and please don't mistake me for taking up for this man, because I'm not. It says the first claims Noth Ard her. I didn't take that out of here, but I will. In his Los Angeles apartment. Damn. I don't know if any of you guys have looked at like his history, but I mean, he's been married for quite some time, and what I understand to be a happy marriage. So, and I recall, and I haven't looked at all my information because I came on blind on this one. I do know that he is married, and what I thought he's in a very happy marriage. So I don't understand this. This makes no sense to me. I'm trying to figure out, like, is someone being straight up, or are they trying to make some, they're trying to put their name out there, which they've already said, I want to be anonymous. So that part makes me go, Every single essay accusation must be taken seriously. This is literally, I just got this off the news, you guys. So that was at the end. That's true. That is true. I find it weird that they put in, which I'm probably going to have to bleep that out too, the name of the actual company, which, if you recall, that is what Mr. Big was doing right before he suffered a heart attack on the actual show, on the first episode of Sex and the City, the reboot. He was on that particular device, working out, and boom, had a heart attack shortly thereafter. But then this person who claims in 2004, after first kissing her, it was a very painful, and if you guys notice, I did share the rest of that in the previous screenshot. There are two women, and it says victim claims she went to hospital for stitches, which, oh my God, if that is true, that is sickening. That is sickening. So I don't understand, like, exactly, and I need to find out more details, which I will. I will find out more for you guys, because it makes me wonder how did a situation like this happen when he's supposed to be a happily married man in his home, hasn't really bothered anybody for quite some time. And I want to reiterate, I'm not taking up for the guy. I'm not. If what these claims are, if they're actually true, my God, my heart goes out for whoever this person is, or these people that this happened to. It really, really, it hits me in a place that I can't even imagine. It says 2015 alleged incident. Victim went on date with Noth, claimed he forced her to have SEX, which I didn't bleep that out either. Server at a New York nightclub. Something saying she went on a date with him, and I guess this is essentially what happened. So this was 2015. We're in 2021, so we're looking at 6 years. I don't understand, and this is a little bit of what bugs me. And again, I'm not saying he did not do anything wrong. What bothers me, though, is like, why are you waiting until this reboot of the show to come forward? It just seems a little bit hard to believe. Actually, I mean, in my opinion, having been through this myself, it would have been easier to believe in 2015 when it happened and you took yourself to an ER to be checked, regardless of who the person was, you could have kept it totally silent. You could have kept that part quiet. You didn't have to say who did it, just that it happened. And I will say this, because for the love of God, I'm not shaming whoever this happened to in any way, shape, or form. I promise I'm not. But I will say this for future, and I hope this doesn't happen to anybody, but the chances of it, well, it's probably going to. At the very least, please tell someone, text someone, reach out. If you are caught in a position where something like this happens to you, and not with a damn superstar, I don't care who it's with. I don't give a crap if it's the dude down the street, if it's the trash man, if it's the whatever. I'm just making it for instance. I don't care. Make some sort of record of it. Send a text. I don't know, put it in your... We all have phones. I'm sitting here with a phone in my hand right now. I think if something horrible like that happened to me, I probably wouldn't think straight, first of all, because I didn't. I will say that. I did not think straight. I thought, oh my God, this just happened to me, and I'm such a young person, and I never knew how to deal with that. And for the rest of my life, I've not known how to deal with it. It's scary, it's hurtful, it's painful in so many ways. It's painful more than one way. It's like, it's not just emotional or anything. It's not just a physical part of it. It hurts your everything. It affects you in every way. I can relate. So please don't come at me and say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah. Yes, I do. I know exactly what I'm talking about. And what I'm trying to say is, please don't be me. Don't stay quiet. Don't wait years and years and years after the fact to say something. Please say something immediately. Go to an ER. Be checked. Have an R kit done. Let them... It doesn't matter who did it, even. Just let it be known that happened to you. It doesn't matter who the assailant or alleged assailant is. Please let somebody know that it happened to you, because that's the worst thing anyone can go through. It doesn't matter, male or female. That is the worst thing that you'll ever, ever, ever go through. It's most definitely on the top of the list. It says whoever this person is, I mean, I'm assuming they're her words was, I was kind of crying as it happened. Okay, to the person who was crying when it happened, allegedly. This is all alleged. I have to put that out there, y'all. It is for entertainment purposes only. Like, I don't actually know how true these stories are. I'm going by what information I'm being given, which a lot of you probably have heard as well. Just let's, at this point, figure out like what is truly happening here, because I find it very unusual that they had him on one episode and that's it. Now, I haven't watched the second one, so if he's on it, it's probably in pictures. He hasn't spoken up about anything other than the fact that he's just like, I don't really understand why I'm only on one episode, which makes me wonder, did these women come forward beforehand and say something, and production went, oh my goodness, we're about to have a holy nightmare here? I don't know. That's simply speculation on my part. I repeat, speculation and just my opinion. I don't actually know. I really like this person as an actor. I like him on the show. Did he bug me? Giving Carrie the runaround on many occasions. Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's actually where I learned that word from. Yes, he did. However, as a person, seeing him, in and out of, the public eye, he seems like a really nice, put together person. But that doesn't always tell us, what we need to know about someone. I have a little bit of a video clip here I want to share with you guys. I know I could get in trouble for this, but I'm going to share it anyways.
The actor now responding, calling the accusations categorically false. Here's ABC's Ariel Reshef.
1 week after returning to the small screen as HBO's Mr. Big.
I remember when you kept your sweaters in the stove.
Actor Noth now facing sexual assault allegations from 2 women who tell The Hollywood Reporter they were triggered to come forward.
All right, that's all I had for like a little bit of a video situation there. I wanted to share just that small part. So you guys kind of know, that's all that I heard as well, what he's being accused of. I do plan to follow up on this because this is actually a show I'm going to cover, is Sex and the City, the reboot. So for any of you who are interested in the actual show itself, it might be painful for me. It might be painful for y'all. I'm not sure. I really, really, really want to hope, like in my heart of hearts, that this did not happen to these 2 women. However, if it did, 100% my heart and my prayers go out to whoever is on that receiving end, because anyone who goes through this type of trauma, it will affect you for the rest of your life. It will affect everything in the rest of your life. Even if you're a positive person, this type of trauma will always, always stay with you. So, like I said, everything that I'm saying on my channel right now is completely, either my opinion or it's alleged, because I really don't have facts on it. At this point, none of us know. These are things that have just been said from a couple of people. The only thing I want to reiterate is that I just find it a little odd with the timing. I feel like the timing is so odd, so weird. Like, why did they not come forward earlier? And I hate to say that as a survivor or / victim or whatever you want to call me. But damn, this is a hard one, y'all. This is a hard one for me to like come in here and say, oh crap, like it can't be. Like Mr. Big would never do that. He's not Mr. Big. In real life, he is Noth, and he's a person. And we want to see him in a positive light. And that is how I've always seen him. And I would like to hope that it continues that way. I really, really hope that these allegations are not true. And, here's the thing. If they aren't true, whoever made false allegations should absolutely face the consequences. That's not fair. Now, if they are true and he did these things to these women, I don't know how you're going to prove it 6 or 7 years later. God, I'd like to hope that they have some type of proof, and that's why I'm telling you right now, anybody who's listening, even if it's one person, just one, please listen to me when I say turn on your video recorder, turn on your voice recorder, turn on anything. If something like this is happening to you, please, I know that that's not the first thing that anybody thinks of when you go through something so traumatic. I know that because like I've said, I've been there. However, if it happens, and if you have your wits about you enough to hit something on your phone, whether it be 911 or record anything, just anything, whether it be a voice, a face, anything, a video, like just do it, because I'm telling you right now, it makes you so much more of a viable person when you go to say, look, this person did this to me. And then you bring out your phone, this fabulous thing that we always have in our hands, as I have in my hand right now, that there are so many ways that you can prove without a shadow of a doubt that somebody is doing something horrible to you. If they've taken your phone from you, you know what? I'm really going to put down in the comment section down below, like, what can you do if your phone is like taken away from you from someone who is assaulting you? Is there some sort of way that you can have something on you that can let somebody know, hey, you know what, something bad is happening to me? Because as women, and not just women, as people in general, right now, the climate that we live in is so severe, and it's very harsh. And so many horrible things are happening to people that, it's our word against theirs. And right now, if I came forward, and God, I highly doubt that the person that did something to me would ever see this. But if he did, it's literally been decades. If I came forward and said, oh, well, so-and-so did this to me, do you honestly think that almost 4 decades later that someone's going to believe me? No. It's my word against his. So any type of proof that you can get, whether it be, you know what, scratch the guy, get his DNA underneath your nails. That doesn't necessarily prove, intent to, like, the SA situation. However, just do whatever, and I promise you, I will include down in the underneath this, not even the comment section, I will just include this in my video, period. Like, certain things that you can do as not just a woman, but as a person in general who has felt like they've been, assaulted or are going to potentially be in that situation. I'll give you guys hints, because that's the best thing that I can do. I will say this as I'm closing. If you want to give to a legitimate organization when it comes to things like this, I will also place a link down below. And unfortunately, it's primarily for women who are abused or have been through SA or DV. If you have it, that extra money to give, please give to them. By the way, that link will go directly to their organization. Nothing comes through me. I don't ask you for money. I'll never ask for money. This hit home with me, and I felt like it's something I needed to address, especially because I plan to cover the show. And there's already been 2 episodes. I know the 3rd episode is coming up. I feel like this has tainted the entire show. But that's not the most important part. The most important part is that if this actually happened, if these allegations are true, the women who it happened to need to be heard. And that is all I have to say about this. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting my channel. I'm out for the night. Appreciate it. You guys take care of yourselves. Please. I promise to put some links down below. It might take me till tomorrow, but it will happen. Yeah, this is a hard one for me to cover. I love the show. I love Mr. Big. But he's not Mr. Big. He's an actor. He's Chris Noth. You know, he's not Mr. Big. He's not the Mr. Big we know, so yeah, this was a hard one for me to cover. Still, I will be covering the reboot. I have a friend of mine that will be coming up because she loves it as well. And I hope you guys have a great night, and I hope you stay safe. And again, if you feel like you are in some sort of danger, please do everything that you can to let someone know, because that is the biggest thing, is like, let someone know what you're going through. If I would have had the resources 30 plus years ago that I have right now, oh my gosh, I could have put a man away for several years in the hopes that he would change himself. If the allegations that are true about Chris, I really don't want them to be, but if they are, y'all just have to remember, please have proof. Have proof if you can. If you can't, it is what it is. But if something happens to you like this, please don't hesitate to go and be seen by a medical facility. I don't care what it is. If it's an ER in a hospital, or if it's some little podunk place down the street. I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you're out in the middle of nowhere. Please go and be checked afterwards and get proof that whatever it is, allegations are, that something actually did take place. Because they can tell. They know. So I just want all of you to understand that SA and DV are nothing to be played with. Please let someone know you're going through that. It can be kept silent. Whatever you choose, just, if I can help one person, just one, with this video, then I feel like I have accomplished something really good tonight. Not that it's a good thing, but something positive has to come of this. All right, guys, I'm out. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. And please keep yourself safe. And keep that damn phone on, you guys. Like, keep it. Do not let it go. There are other options, though. And whatever they are, I will find them. I will link them below. I promise, within the next 24 hours. I will link whatever tips you guys need to know about. Yeah. Just, don't stay silent, though. Please. Don't be silent. Your silence is, well, it affects everybody else who's going through situations like this. The silence and the not going and get checked and stuff like that, the he said, she said situation. It's too easy nowadays for people to go, well, he did so-and-so or she did so-and-so. It's primarily the male, towards the female situation. If you don't go and get some sort of, I don't know, you guys, please, there has to be a point in time where you can go to a doctor and be checked. If you're making allegations this severe against a person, I don't care who they are. Said that previously. I don't care if it's the damn president of the United States. I don't care if some little podunk dude on the side of the road who's homeless. I don't care. Just get checked. Have that proof. It's so easy to do. Please do it. And like I've said, you can keep the person's name anonymous. But if it comes up later in your life and you say, you know what, I'm ready to speak out, then you have that proof, because guess what? Somebody put that in a little somewhere, I don't know, probably in a huge database of women or people in general. Does not matter. Women, men, everybody in general who's been through something like that. It's kept in a database that you've been through that particular trauma. And then you have a case. But if you wait until a show that is so big and so popular comes out and all of a sudden you cry, this happened to me 7 years ago, okay, then you're going to have to expect that someone is going to question whether or not you are telling the damn truth. So if this only reaches out to literally one person, if it happens to you, if SA happens to you or DV happens to you and you get away, go get yourself checked, because they will make absolutely sure that they get as much information as they possibly can. And if you decide to tell later who it is, then so be it. And if you don't, that's your prerogative. All right, guys. The only reason I came here for this particular subject, like I said, I'm going to cover it. I don't want any comments that are questionable. You know as much as I do. All right. It is late. Have a fabulous night. And for the love of God, if any of you are ever in a situation where you feel uncomfortable or you feel like something bad is going to happen, either leave or call 911, please, because that to me makes all the difference in the world. I didn't have an option to call 911. I was out in the middle of nowhere. So, cell phones, we have them. I have this thing in my hand way more than I care to say. And I know that you people do too. Use it for something worthwhile. For the love of God, if you don't do anything in your life, if you have something bad happen, please use it for something good. I don't know if y'all know this. I have an Android phone. There is an option on my Android phone where I can hit buttons, and I actually don't recall, but please Google it. My old phone had it. This is a pretty new phone where you can hit a button that will automatically send a picture of whatever on both sides of your camera, on your front-facing camera and your back-facing camera, and your location, and send it to whoever you have listed on your emergency phone. Like if you have someone listed as an emergency like contact, or whoever you want to see like that information, like front and back camera and where you're at, boom, they're like, okay, that person's in trouble. Now, has it happened on occasion where it's a false alarm? Yes, I've gotten a couple of those from a teenager in the past. But I was able to call her, find out nothing was wrong, and that's okay. But if the case is where there's something really going on, that's a situation where if you don't respond back, that person knows they can see both sides. Your face, they can see the kind of the location where you're at, and it will tell them the location of where you're at. That's important. I don't know if iPhone offers that. I never owned an iPhone in my lifetime. But that's an important piece of information I feel like I need to put out there for anybody who's listening. Please have a couple of people listed on that. Please. I mean, people that are, that will show up, that will question if something's wrong. All right, guys. I am going to end this broadcast right now because I'm exhausted. I had one earlier and I'm tired, but just if anyone wants to reach out to me, I will leave information down below for my Instagram. I don't know why I don't leave you guys my email. I think, I don't know if I'm like a little paranoid or what, but I do plan to leave information down below. Like I said, if it doesn't happen immediately, it will happen by tomorrow for sure. I will add all of the links I can possibly think of for anyone who needs help. Let's hope this isn't true. I really hope it isn't true. If it is, then he'll get what he deserves. And if it's not, I think it's really, really sad that someone would falsely accuse someone of such a heinous crime, because it is very heinous. It's despicable, in my opinion. So either way, I don't think either party really wins on this one. All right, guys, I'm out, but please feel free to contact me, and I'll leave the information below. And take care of yourselves. Don't put yourself in a situation you cannot handle. That does not make whatever happens, that doesn't make it okay. So please don't misunderstand that part. All right. I am peacing out, you guys. Have a wonderful night. And please, please take care of yourselves. Watch yourselves. Use that phone. Those phones can do a lot. Please use them. They're a very big resource. All right, good night.